Daniel Cormier kicked off the second half of the year by making history with a first-round knockout of the heavyweight champ Stipe Miocic to become the UFC's second-ever dual-division title holder. DC came in as the underdog, but he went straight after the heavyweight division's most successful champ. And while both men were landing, it was Miocic who went down after a hard right. Then, at Battle of the Heavens in China, hometown hero Kai-Ting Chuang outpointed Thailand's Yodcherry Sichidong to claim the inaugural Super Series Women's Atomweight title. It was a kickboxing clinic from Kai, who was more aggressive from the bell. After 5 rounds of pummeling, the judges awarded Kai the unanimous decision and the brand new title strap. UFC 227 was massive. It was where TJ Dillashaw made his case for being the greatest bantamweight in the history of the sport, with a first-round KO of Cody Garbrandt. And it was where hell froze over as the only flyweight champ in UFC history and consensus pound-for-pound #1, Demetrius Johnson, lost a split decision to Henry Cejudo. And it was in the lead-up where the rumored fight between lightweight champ Khabib Nurmagomedov and returning superstar Conor McGregor was officially announced. In the WWE, MMA icon Ronda Rousey won the Raw Women's Championship belt from Alexa Bliss. Her husband, UFC heavyweight Travis Brown, was ringside to share her success. Welterweight champ Tyrone Woodley silenced both Darren Till and all of his critics with a consummate display of violence at UFC 228. In contrast to his last 3 fights, Woodley pushed a pace on Till, dropping him before locking in a Darce choke. Till only managed a single strike for the entire fight. Xiang Jingnan defended her strawweight belt in devastating style, KOing Samara Santos at One Championships Beyond the Horizon in Shanghai. The Chinese champ swarmed her Brazilian opponent at every opportunity, and Santos was eventually signaling no mas after being pummeled relentlessly for 3 rounds. At the end of September, the Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov hype train rolled into New York City ahead of their hotly anticipated championships showdown.
He's in over his head. I'm gonna pick him apart and bully him in there and absolutely maul him.
I think I'm gonna make him tired and after play with him. Because when he's tired, he always give up.
Once the cage door closed, Nurmagomedov was true to his word. The Russian ragdolled the Irish superstar, ultimately getting the tap with a rear-naked choke in the 4th. The result was overshadowed by the chaotic brawl that exploded when Nurmagomedov leapt out of the cage and attacked one of McGregor's teammates.
It was a very good week for everybody. It just, it really sucks to end it like this. Instead of celebrating, we're all sitting around saying, wow, that was pretty.
Nevada, sorry. Vegas, sorry, and Alhamdulillah, undisputed, undefeated UFC lightweight champion. Thank you so much.
Then suddenly, One Championship was everywhere. First, signing its biggest name yet, former UFC and 2-time Bellator lightweight champ, Eddie Alvarez. Followed soon after by the most dominant MMA champ in history, Demetrius Johnson. The former pound-for-pound #1 was released by the UFC in return for One releasing their former welterweight champ, Ben Askren. The 2 stars swapping promotions in MMA's first trade deal. Also in One, the double champ Ong La Nsam returned home to Myanmar to make his 2nd defense of the middleweight title, this time against Lebanon's undefeated Mohamed Karaki. The UFC held their 25th anniversary event and Yair Rodriguez celebrated with the finish of the year, KOing the Korean Zombie with a no-look backward elbow in the last second of the 5th round. But One closed the year out in a flurry of news, first announcing their new vice president, former UFC and Strikeforce champion Miesha Tate. Then, at Heart of a Lion, Kevin Bellion took a split decision over the seemingly unbeatable Bibiano Fernandez in a shocking upset. Swedish hardman Sebastian Kanestam won the welterweight title left vacant by Ben Askren's move at Warrior's Dream. And in their final championship fights of the year, Brandon Vera easily retained his heavyweight belt with a first-round stoppage of Italian Mauro Cirilli. And Edward Landslide Follane reclaimed the lightweight title with a bruising 5-round decision over Singaporean prospect Amir Khan. Heavyweight Mark Hunt retired from the UFC, having made a name for himself by delivering some of the greatest walk-off knockouts the sport has ever seen. And UFC 231 brought the Christmas treats early, as Valentina Shevchenko outmuscled Joanna Jędrzejczyk to claim the vacant women's flyweight throne. And Max Holloway returned from a mystery health condition to put on one of the most jaw-dropping boxing demonstrations the cage has ever seen, to blitz the undefeated Brian Ortega for his second defense of the featherweight title.